Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from the playground in Gatineau, Quebec. Please be patient, ladies and gentlemen, while we settle into the playground. Trying to get everything under control here, and it's not. There we go. Match one, ladies and gentlemen. On the red corner, we have the Guild, Jen Jaguar or the Jaguar, Joe Kick Puncher, and Sarah Saber on one corner, on the red corner, on the left. And on the right, the Princesses, Miss Lovely, or Ms. Lovely, Shyla, and the Black Widow. Sky Stanley is our referee, and the clock is set. Well, it looks as though that Sarah Saber is frozen. And Sky Stanley just doing his job, counting out. If this match ends via countout, well, I'd be snookered. Wait! Shyla escapes the ring. Breaking the count, it seems. Sky is restarting the count. Meanwhile, the Retro Canucks have been seesawing back and forth conversationally with the Loud and Clear Pictures YouTube channel, and so far, they were actually asking if they can play a part in fantasy pro wrestling. And the answer to that question is, anything can happen. Just like right here and right now, ladies and gentlemen, this match may very well be over because somebody, Sarah Saber, is frozen. All right, well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, anything can happen in this business. The most random thing can happen, as in a weird countout. Sarah Saber completely frozen. But look at this capacity crowd. This is the playground. What the hell does that mean to the viewers watching at home? It is an area in Gatineau, Quebec, a quaint little area in the most beloved country of Canada. We have found this land. We have built a ring. We have built a whole venue for you, the viewing fans watching on YouTube. The product is called Fantasy Pro Wrestling. The platform is on the WWE 2K17 for the PlayStation 3 console. And folks, this episode is called FPW Championship Wrestling. And in this position, ladies and gentlemen, in this situation, as I've said, anything can happen, especially in this ladies trios tag team match. Sarah Saber remained frozen. That's all because of the 2K games. 2K is known for their glitches. It is known for their weirdness, but nevertheless, this is sheer sports entertainment. And for those of you who are brand new to this channel, thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in and visiting our channel. The show has pretty much started about 20 some odd minutes ago. And we have ourselves an amazing show for you. At the top of the hour, we have a men's 3-on-3 Survivor Series match featuring the Dungeon. And apparently they have a brand new member to join the fray as the war wages on. And this is the road to the 2025 FPW War of Champions. More details to come, ladies and gentlemen, so please stay tuned. Any questions you may have, post them down in the comments, and our beloved staff will be happy to answer them. For now, ladies and gentlemen, standing by with our backstage correspondent, is Troy McDuff, sportscaster Troy McDuff, and he's got his hands full with this team of Brandon Wolf, Jesse Decay, and NJPW LA Dojo's Gabe Kidd, also a member of the Bullet Club War Dogs. Troy, the floor is yours. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is match number 2 with Joe Bruiser as our referee. LeVar Winslow takes on Titanium, sporting the Fuck Mercy t-shirt, the classic, the vintage. And these two, by the way, are one halves of their own respective tag teams. Titanium, of course, representing the Specialists with Vicious Jeremy, the reigning FPW World Tag Team Champions. And LeVar Winslow with Musa Kone as the NCWA World Tag Team Champions. And both teams will be competing on Sunday, June 15th to unify both of those tag team championship belts. Wow! Holy macanoli! Wait a minute! Waistlock into a German suplex from LeVar Winslow! Side headlock. Joe Bruiser is counting, ladies and gentlemen. These men have to get back inside the ring. There we go. My broadcast partner, Rick Rocker, should be here momentarily, ladies and gentlemen. And we still have our 3-on-3 men's Survivor Series matchup. The dungeon is growing exponentially larger. All thanks to Mr. Chase. Oh, that was a square kick to the face, the nose, the mouth, the jaw. Oh my lord, the neck. Oh, wow. That ought to do it. Another square kick to the face. And this is just a sneak little preview of what's gonna happen on the 15th. Too fast, too slow, too this, too that. Back to the side headlock. Oh, right between the eyes. To the corner, get out of the way there. Ah! Joe Bruiser got involved. That's definitely playing a role in this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not quite sure that was even fair. Beautiful side Russian leg sweep. Going for the cover. Joe Bruiser in position, only gets a 1. Back to the side headlock. Oh. Okay. Smart move there by Titanium. He stays in the ring. Oh! Another waist lock. German suplex. Release. Notice how Titanium has 3 ring escapes. He can use it if he wants to. Look at this! Neck breaker! Beautiful! Titanium is in deep trouble. Hold the pickles! Hold the lettuce! What the... Big back body drop. Ah! Momentum shift. To me anyways. And that concludes the comeback. That was not a complete comeback. LeVar Winslow is in complete control of this entire match. But Jericho is outside right now, and anything can happen at this moment. And also, who is he siding with? More importantly, why is he here? Back suplex. Oh, shoulder thrust. What the? Sunset flip power bomb. Jericho was tossing Titanium back in the ring. I'm a little bit confused now. Is Jericho siding with LeVar Winslow? Wow. Beautiful clothesline right there. That was on the money. Spear! Jericho is literally distracting not only Joe Bruiser, but he's also distracting me. Oh, big thrust. And even, I'm going to say LeVar has his comeback. Oh, wait a minute. Could it be the blaster combo? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Get back in the ring, gentlemen. Oh, another spear. Wait, Jericho. Big belly to back suplex. And Irish whip. 2 drop downs. And another belly to belly suplex. Thumbs up, thumbs down. A jab did not even phase LeVar. It didn't even do anything. Oh, club to the back. Half Nelson release suplex, turning LeVar inside out. Reminds me of the days of WWF No Mercy for the N64. Oh, did you see that? Joe. The arm was literally draped underneath the ring. That's a rope break. That's a legitimate rope break. Titanium. Springboard drop. It looks like Jericho is out of here. What was the point of his visit? Titanium in complete control, knocking out LeVar Winslow. This has definitely shifted, folks. Hey, get back in the ring, gentlemen. This is not a no count out, no DQ match. I repeat, this is not a no DQ, no count out match. Oh, look at this beautiful DDT. The count of 9. Why is it the count of 9? Wait a minute. T-Mobilizer. The Tiger Bomb. 2 and no. The T-Mobilizer, ladies and gentlemen, that is a Tiger Bomb. Ahmed Johnson used to do it way back in the olden days of the WWF. Discus elbow. LeVar Winslow is now the one in deep trouble. Titanium hooks the leg. Joe says it's 2. I only saw a 1. Another side Russian leg sweep. Thumbs up, thumbs down. LeVar on rubber legs. And now, a second T-Mobilizer. No! It's like that T-Mobile that didn't do diddly doo dah. Another beautiful jumping heel kick. Titanium is gonna have to dig down deep if he wants to beat this man. Oh, God. Clothesline. Almost like a Bradshaw clothesline. And this is some great wrestling what we're seeing here, folks. Jumping knee a knee drop right to the chest. Oh! Titanium missed the headbutt. Only gets a 1 count. Another back suplex. The competition here this afternoon is definitely fierce. Oh, look at that. A back brain kick, a climbing up. Back brain kick. Another T-Mobilizer with drama. 2. No. LeVar is ready to rock. Oh my God. Oh God. Another picture perfect T-Mobile 3. What incredible wrestling action, ladies and gentlemen, we have just seen! Titanium looks like he is prepared. Look at that mug. Look at Titanium's face. That looks like the face of satisfaction. And he should be satisfied with his work. LeVar Winslow felt the full wrath of those demobilizers. What is going to happen during that Unification Tag Team Championship match June 15th? Don't forget, Titanium's got Vicious Jeremy, his specialist tag team partner, and LeVar has Musa Kone. It's not going to be a singles match. It will be a tag team match. There will be a lot of action during that Unification Tag Team Championship contest. Sunday, June 15th, folks. Mark it down on your calendar. Alright, from my understanding, ladies and gentlemen, Rick Rocker is in the building backstage right now. He'll be making his way for our next contest, but standing by with our backstage correspondent, Troy McDuck. You heard it from the Wolfman, Jesse Decay, and Bullet Club's Gate Kid. Now you're going to hear it from Mr. Chase. And apparently, they're keeping their tag team partner a secret. So, Troy, the floor is yours, and then we'll be back for more wrestling action here on FPW Championship Wrestling. Are we on the air? My goodness, look at this capacity crowd in attendance for FPW Championship Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Rick Rocker, the former senior correspondent of Fantasy Pro Wrestling, and you are watching Championship Wrestling here on YouTube, free. 100% free, ladies and gentlemen, for your viewing pleasure, and you're seeing Beta Scott in singles action with Maddie Ziegler. The ladies' world champion Maddie Ziegler is set for action. This afternoon, the sun is up, the heat is on. Most certainly is. Can't believe I've actually missed about half of this program, but we still got our 3-on-3 Survivor Series matchup in the dungeon. I'm telling you right now, I don't want to spoil it. You're going to find out, folks, who is their newest member. I can guarantee you it's going to be, things might not look good for Team FPW. I'm just saying, I don't want to sound like a negative Nelly or a downward Debbie. Just saying, things might not look good for Team FPW. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with Alicia as our referee, Veda Scott versus Maddie Ziegler. Double drop, a standing drop kick, single leg drop kick, another one. Maddie Ziegler, who had just recently reclaimed, if you will, the Ladies World Championship in that three-way eliminator at the Royal Bash, which is now available for your viewing pleasure on YouTube. I still can't believe that Maddie Ziegler suffered a defeat over Jersey Jackson, and now it looks as though that Jersey Jackson has been completely removed from the equation. Well, not so fast, because we do understand that Jersey Jackson is now co-holder of those beautiful Ladies World Tag Team Championship belts. Beautiful combination by Maddie Ziegler. That is vintage Maddie. Spiral tap. Somewhat executed. Did not get all of it because Veda is now on the prowl. Most certainly is so. Jersey Jackson, though, lost the championship. She claimed her set of titles with her partner, Demi Hendricks. Her fantastic team, don't get me wrong about that. And at War Champions, we do have our #1 contenders match set in stone as the Jaguar and Sarah Saber. They're the ones going up against the princesses. And if memory serves me correctly, it's going to be Miss Lovely and Shiloh. Drop down. Big hurricane hooking up the leg. 2 and no. Get out of the way there, Alicia. You do not want to get involved with these two. Top rope shenanigans. Beautiful arm drag from the top rope. Wheelbarrow. Another arm drag. Maddie Ziegler going all the way on top. Oh, no. Wait. Every time I see Maddie Ziegler, there's always something new to see. There's always something marveled about. Look at this. I mean, I don't think I have known anybody else that can do a move like that. Another failed attempt at the Dragon Rana. Oh. Well, what was the point of that? I am just confused. Me too. I don't get it. Oh, big slam. Two count. You can notice, and you notice that Maddie had used her resilience. Oh, which means that at any given point, at any given moment, Veda Scott can use her special. But if she uses it on the outside floor, you can't win the match that way. It's going to be inside the square circle. 100%. But then again, Maddie can get herself counted out. Right now, what Maddie has to do, oh my God. What Maddie has to do is play caution. She has to be very cautious because a similar event had happened once before. Maddie dealt with Jersey Jackson for the belt, mind you, and lost. Was that meant to happen? Oh, backcracker. That was nice. I can see why Maddie Ziegler wants to take this match on the outside floor. She thinks that Veda's going to use her special. Pretty smart if you ask me. And I haven't seen that strategy from Maddie, I think, ever. Oh. And look at that. Maddie breaks up the count. Smart ring awareness. Smart strategy by the champion on Veda Scott, who has been in the business for a very long time. I would say that Veda's been in the business way longer than Maddie Ziegler, the LCW World Champion. Look at that. Veda Scott just kicks the champion. Veda gets back in the ring, breaking up the count. Oh! Some trash talking there from, oh, look at this. Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold the pickles and hold the lettuce. 630 splash or the cannonball-like maneuver. You can't tell me this is over. No. Oh my goodness, that was almost over. That was absolutely unfreaking believable. More top rope shenanigans. And now Maddie Ziegler looking completely frustrated, as she should. But don't forget, Maddie, you're in the ring. Oh, no, 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 no. Come on. Come on. This is not worth it. It's not worth risking your body here, Maddie. Come on. Oh! From the heavens! And listen to this crowd. Absolutely on their feet. Great transition there to the single leg Boston Crab, going back to work on that limb. There's that shove. They're fighting more and more outside the ring. And Veda could have used her finisher right then and there. Why didn't she do it? Grabs hold of the wrist. Ooh. Oh! Back suplex. Whoa, 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 whoa. Going with that choo-choo. Choo-choo? I thought it was what Matt Cardona does with the woo-woo. That almost feels like she's running a choo-choo train or something. Face wash, however. And now you can hear the crowd chanting. They're booing, excuse me. And I think what they're doing is they're booing Maddie Ziegler. Well, Maddie Ziegler is trying to also protect the fact that she did lose on this program. She wants to protect the fact that she does not want to lose any more singles matches. Now that she is the champion again, and Joe Kickpuncher, who is still here. Oh, wow. Excellently executed, folks. Well, Joe Kickpuncher is definitely watching this. Springboard lion salt in the center of the ring. And look how quick Veda Scott was able to escape. The crowd is enjoying every moment of this, as they should. Oh, Maddie is so agile, so gifted and talented. It's unbelievable. More smack talking, and there's those knees to the abdomen area. Maddie Ziegler setting up Veda Scott. Don't turn around, my goodness, do not do that. TKO with drama. And that calls for a replay brought to you by our sponsor of the 2025 FPW War of Champions, Amici's Pizza. Good grief! Big dive and there was no water in the pool! This is absolutely bananas! How on earth did Veda Scott escape that TKO? More knuckle sandwiches to Veda. We've seen a 630 splash, or that beautiful cannonball-like maneuver. We've seen the TKO, and Veda still has her special locked and loaded. Another back cracker, a deja vu. Oh, knee drop on that, on the face. You are watching FPW Championship Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. And this is our third contest. Veda Scott, Maddie Ziegler in singles competition. Non-title, mind you. This is not for the World Championship, although I believe that Veda is fighting for it. I'm telling you, man, Maddie Ziegler is trying to protect her integrity. And 450 splash. She connects it to no. A beautiful suplex-like maneuver, and once again, Maddie Ziegler walks out of the ring. Hey, come on now, come on. There is no need for a folding chair in this equation. Oh! As a distraction. Hey, wait. It's this. Tornado DDT. She blocks it. Scoops Veda Scott for a second TKO. Alicia in position. 1, 2, no! This is absolutely off the charts. Oh, that was a risk. But look how fast Maddie Ziegler got up. This is some sensational wrestling action here. We are watching something truly special. Remember this, the next pinfall to Maddie Ziegler may be the very end. Sharpshooter. Wow. Wow. Sharpshooter, ladies and gentlemen, almost to the center of the ring. And yet Veda's finding out. How is she doing this? How in the world can this even be a thing? And now Maddie Ziegler perching up Veda Scott. Oh, pinning predicament. Alicia was out of position. No! Full Nelson. What the? Oh, the legs over the neck. Oh my goodness. Great escape. This is absolutely incredible wrestling that we are seeing from these two. And that pin that we saw from the top row, that little rolling cradle-like maneuver, that's how Maddie reclaimed the World Championship. That's how she did it. That's how she pinned Jersey Jackson. And wherever she is right now, pay attention. Because you never know, Jersey, you might get under the crack at that title. Until then, Joe Kick Puncher is next on deck. Wow! Too fast. Oof. Big drop kick, ladies and gentlemen. That was pretty cool, to be honest with you. Back to the sharpshooter? Nope. Not the sharpshooter. Some kind of submission hold. Tearing the leg, however. Another Hurricane Rana. No way. 630 splash and a beauty in the center of the ring. 2, 3. Look at this dive. Onto the announce table, destroying it completely. Those double knees. That was a 450 splash. Why didn't we get that captured? And this is it. The closing moment. Look at this. A 630 splash finally connects in the center of the ring. No rope breaks to prevent. No rope breaks to change the factor of this match. Maddie Ziegler, non-title match or title match, she is the winner this afternoon. So wherever you are, Joe Kick Puncher, if you're still in this building, you've got this young lady, June 15th. Johnny, you want to say something? I was just going to remind everybody to click like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. We're at 94 subscribers, but we were at 95 at one point. So we encourage all of you viewers at home right now to check out our YouTube channel. It is Loud and Clear Pictures. We have a lot of wrestling content, mainly fantasy pro wrestling related. There is also Next Generation Pro Wrestling, and of course the Academy, the school to train all sorts of incredible people, men, women all over the world who want to be a pro wrestler, a fantasy pro wrestler. That's the school to go to. It's the New Class Wrestling Academy. So we have we have all sorts of wrestling content. We are trying to expand more and not just presenting wrestling. We want to present other games or other promotional video for anybody who wants to launch businesses and what have you. It's YouTube, you know. We can do DIYs if we wanted to as well. We're trying to expand more of what the Loud and Clear Pictures can offer. That's what I wanted to say there, Ricky. Go ahead. Sunday, June 15th, Amici's Pizza, a proud sponsor who has been supporting us and feeding us for so many years. Proud sponsor of the 2025 FPW War of Champions. This is going to be a very unique and special event because we're going to be having 40 men compete inside the squared circle, but it is 4 teams of 10 superstars, and apparently the dungeon has found their 10th and final partner, member of the dungeon faction. You will find out as soon as we hit next match. And as far as I know, Fantasy Pro Wrestling, as we know it, is facing a potentially deadly threat. And I hope to God, if he is watching, that he protects Fantasy Pro Wrestling, No Mercy, and the future superstars that will be entering our beloved organization in the days and weeks to come. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event. This is a 3-on-3 Survivor Series matchup. And this should be very, very exciting because so far we're seeing Gigantor and King Haku, or in this case, Meng, this Tongan warrior, this Tongan giant. We're gonna be checking out to see who the third member, but also the 10th member of the dungeon faction. As I mentioned, the team apparently is ready and set for war against 3 other teams: Fantasy Pro Wrestling, No Mercy, and the Academy graduate students from yesteryear. This is going to be absolutely incredible, ladies and gentlemen. You do not want to miss Sunday, June 15th, Father's Day 2025, folks, on YouTube. No way! It's Braun Strowman, ladies and gentlemen. The monster among men. Who has recently been released from WWE. Listen to this, audience, would you? Yes, yes, Retro Canucks. Braun Strowman is definitely back. Well, this is absolutely unprecedented, ladies and gentlemen. Braun Strowman has wrestled for FPW before. I didn't think he'd be back. And that was just the Dungeon faction, ladies and gentlemen. And as my colleague had stated, it seems to me very evident Braun Strowman, ladies and gentlemen, is back in FPW, siding with the Dungeon. Mr. Chase backstage had mentioned a surprise, and we just received it. Thank you, Mr. Chase. Once again, you've outdone yourself and you've outdone everyone here in Fantasy Pro Wrestling. The newest acquisition of the Dungeon has arrived in the form of Braun Strowman. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is our fourth and final contest here in our live stream. The team on the red corner, which is on the left side, that's the Dungeon faction. Ming will be starting things off, along with Gabe Kidd on the opposite side. Braun Strowman is the newest member. He's on the apron there with Gigantor. Brandon the Wolfman is on the corner too on the opposite side with Jesse Decay. And Sky Stanley is calling it. The bell has rung. Our main event, 3 versus 3 Survivor Series match, which means the last team standing is the victor. Honestly, even though I have to admit it, Mr. Chase has definitely made a massive difference, taking advantage of the fact that Braun Strowman no longer employed by the WWE. Braun Strowman, who had wrestled here a number of years ago, 2022, if memory serves me correctly. Could be wrong about the year. It might have been 2021. But either way, it's been a while since we've seen Braun, but to me it feels like it's only been like a year. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Well, Braun Strowman, ladies and gentlemen, also competed at a Coastal Clash event. That was a beautiful release German suplex by Jesse Decay. He's the one in the red and white. But Braun Strowman, he's no stranger to these athletes. He's no stranger to the sport of professional wrestling. And quite frankly, I think that Mr. Chase signing him to the Dungeon faction is going to make a huge difference in this sport. And the fact is that the War of Champions contest this year is going to be special because it's going to be primarily point-based. Point-based? What do you mean? What I mean is that the Royal Rumble match will play as it is. You know, you have to eliminate everybody to be the last person in the ring after all 40 superstars have entered. But it's a team thing this year. And from my understanding, management are trying to iron out all the kinks. But from my understanding, in terms of this point system, if a member of the Dungeon eliminates their own member, the Dungeon will earn a point. But if the Dungeon eliminates anybody from FPW, No Mercy, or the Academy's alumni, that is 2 points. And by the end of the whole Rumble, we're going to be collecting all the points, and the team with the most points will be declared the winners. So for all we know, let's say Brandon, who represents this fine organization of Fantasy Pro Wrestling, he's the one that wins. He's the one with his arms raised up. His music is playing, and everybody in this building is on their feet. It doesn't necessarily mean that FPW has won. Okay, so what you're saying here, Rick, what you're saying is, if the Dungeon win by points, well then, what would then happen? Well, from my understanding, they have reigned supreme, and they have practically full control of all of our facilities, the playground, the THQ, and FPW arenas. So they can march right in here, they can get themselves involved into any match they see fit, making our lives a living hell. Kind of like an Aces and Eights thing in TNA. Ugh. You know, I try to block that out of my memory. It's impossible, honestly. No matter how many alcoholic beverages you might ingest, no matter how much brain damage, I don't think I'm ever going to forget Aces and Eights. That was a terrible, terrible period as far as I'm concerned. Well, needless to say, it did happen. And fans, also for Coastal Clash, which will be happening next month, a date to be decided, mind you, we do understand that management, FPW management that is putting together an incredible card, a super card that will knock you on your butt. And I mean it, because usually every year we always put up a banger. Wrestlers from WWE's past, NXT's past, All Elite Wrestling, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and the like all come together under one roof to compete against us, Fantasy Pro Wrestling. And as far as I'm concerned, if the Dungeon faction win at War of Champions, most likely they're going to be headlining Coastal Clash. And for all we know, this just gets them further and further to main event in each and every single show. And that could start next month at Coastal Clash, Johnny. Well, look, there's other teams. As you mentioned, there's No Mercy, and there's the Academy's alumni. And the Academy can be better than the Dungeon. They can be even better than us, Fantasy Pro Wrestling. They could be better than the Hardcore, the trash cans, the folding chair wielding crazoids of the No Mercy Hardcore Wrestling brand. Because they're younger, they're stronger, they're smarter. They have learned so much from all of the greats, all the scouts, all the coaches, the trainers, everybody, from the administration to front office of Fantasy Pro Wrestling. Those kids, and I call them kids because they're young, they're fresh, and there's even younger stars currently right now in the Academy as we speak. Younger than us, way freaking younger than us. In their early 20s, even in their teens. I'm not joking. These kids are the wave of the future. These guys are we have paved the way for those men and women. And for all we know, down the road, they're gonna possibly wipe out the entire Dungeon faction. I'm gonna say this right here, and this is addressing Mr. Chase. I, Johnny Baba Ganoush, I'm telling you, should the Dungeon win, should your men, should your monsters, Mr. Chase, should they win on the 15th of June, War of Champions 2025, you will not even get the last laugh. Because the last laugh has yet to be heard. And it's not going to come from me. It most certainly won't come from you, Rick. It won't even come from sportscaster Troy McDuff and all the men and women backstage setting all these shows up. It could be somebody from the Academy. It could even be somebody from NGPW, the baby sister of Fantasy Pro Wrestling. You will never know, Mr. Chase. You guys may even earn the most points. Main event Coastal Clash. One of you boys might even draw number 30 in the October gauntlet match, the pre-show for Death Row. You guys one of you might even win it and headline the 2025 Blood, Sweat, and Tears event. Of course, fans, for those of you who don't know what Blood, Sweat, and Tears is, it is the biggest event of the year, of the FPW calendar, in the month of December, when the snow flies, when Christmas is coming. Blood, Sweat, and Tears is the Super Bowl. It is the World Series, the Stanley Cup, the NBA playoffs, the PGA of fantasy pro wrestling. And fact is that the Dungeon are no strangers to the biggest prize in the game. Think about this. Horvath, the Hungarian barbarian, has carried this company. Before the Dungeon was even formed. And for all we know, Horvath and Mr. Chase had planned the Dungeon from right under our noses. Now, Horvath has captured the FPW Championship of the Universe. He did. And the fact that this has happened scares the shit out of me. Well, look. That's actually next Sunday. So right now, let's focus on the now. And the now, ladies and gentlemen, is this 3-on-3 Survivor Series matchup. Jesse Decay hot tagged, just punched the crap out of Braun fearlessly. And now dealing with Haku, a wrestling legend who has all these stories of Andre the Giant from back in the 80s, about 40 some odd years ago. It's incredible to learn all that stuff from the big man himself. So ladies and gentlemen, just letting y'all know we are over an hour and a half into this live stream. And thanks again for watching. And thanks again for tuning in. Whether you're tuning in and out or just coming to this channel for the very first time ever, thank you very much for your support for the YouTube channel and of course supporting Fantasy Pro Wrestling. My name again is Rick Rocker. I have been a broadcast journalist for Fantasy Pro Wrestling for a handful of years. Started out back in 2009. And I've been corresponding with all sorts of amazing names and amazing faces, amazing personalities, beautiful people, men and women. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to click like and subscribe. Hit the notification button so you do not miss a match. Almost a count of 3 there. Now, unfortunately, there's no count out. There's no time limit. We will actually get a deciding victory tonight, or this evening. At this point now, we are close to 7:30. And thanks to Gigantor, Braun Strowman is still in the match. There has been no eliminations yet. And even Brandon Wolf was about to be eliminated. As soon as someone forfeits or gets pinned, the numbers game changes and everything, the whole match, the whole relationship changes. It is quite alarming, if I may say so myself. Almost a count of 3. Braun Strowman on his first afternoon back in this business. His first match back. The last thing you want is to lose, Braun. I'm just saying. You don't want to lose on your first date. It is still 3-on-3, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody has been eliminated since. The closest has been Braun Strowman and Brandon Wolf on opposite sides. I don't know what's going to end up happening, ladies and gentlemen. If we have no winner, we have no winner. It's pretty much even at this point. The big match will happen, however, on June 15th. Well, for whatever reason, should this match just go on forever, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize. And we'll just say it in advance. Have your pets spayed or neutered. Help control the pet population. But above all else, get yourselves spayed or neutered and help control the human population. Oh, wait a minute. The numbers game, ladies and gentlemen, has changed. Gigantor, now eliminated courtesy of the hands of Gabe Kidd of the Bullet Club War Dogs from New Japan Pro Wrestling. So this means that we are now down 3-2 courtesy of Team FPW. Wow. Oh, shit. Beautiful pile driver. Going for the cover. The count. Almost a count of three. That means it would have been Braun Strowman having to deal with all three members. Aww. The game has definitely changed now. We're down 2 versus 2. Gabe Kidd, the man that eliminated Ming's tag partner, originally their Gigantor, is now eliminated. Is now down to Jesse Decay, Brandon Wolf versus Ming and Braun Strowman. Oh, Braun is busted up. Yeah, as you can see, the game has definitely changed, Rick. You got that one straight. Which means at this point, anything can happen. Anything can happen. We've mentioned it time and time again, ladies and gentlemen. In the sport of professional wrestling, it is true. Anything can happen. Upsets can occur. Title changes can occur at any given moment. Look at this. Brandon Wolf, I bet you Brandon is scared shitless if he has to be stuck with a Tongan giant and the monster among men. Former member of the Wyatt family. It's scary to think about those kinds of things. However, Team FPW are getting closer and closer to victory. Oh no. Jesse Decay has now forfeited. Brandon the Wolfman is the only one left. And there's no one to tag. Brandon's got nobody to tag, ladies and gentlemen. He is on his own. Should Brandon Wolf survive the Tongan giant, he's going to have to deal with the monster among men who just came back from a 3 year, somewhat of a 2-3 year hiatus. This would be game-changing, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely game-changing. Wow! Wow, it is now down to 1-on-1. The Wolfman and the monster among men. This Kimura lock is very insanely popular. Look at that! The Wolfman! Oh no. Oh, the big knee lift. A big powerful knee lift from the monster among men. 2 count. This match continues. Come on, Brandon. Oh shit! The Black Widow in the center of the ring. Sky Stanley's in position. Oh, get out. This is what I was talking about. Mr. Chase brought this monster back into FPW to be the 10th man, to be the 10th member of the Dungeon faction. And it looks like to me, no matter how Brandon works hard, look at the monster among men, Braun Strowman. He just keeps on coming back. Oh, come on. You had him, Brandon. You totally had him. This is the closing moments, ladies and gentlemen, of our 3-on-3 Survivor Series matchup. And we hope you have enjoyed our live stream. Most certainly did for me. I am very, very thankful to be back, to be here this afternoon. The sun is about to set. It's a beautiful golden orange-like sun. My God, Braun is putting a lot of torque into that Kimura lock. Oh no, the full Nelson. This has got to be it. Oh my Lord. Sky Stanley had called for the bell, and Braun Strowman, representing the Dungeon faction, has prevailed. Sakes alive. This is not at all what I was hoping for, ladies and gentlemen. As a representative, as a figure of fantasy pro wrestling, the last thing that I wanted to see of all the people is Brandon the Wolfman suffering from a submission loss. Not a pinfall, submission. And there it is. The final moments right there, folks. Sky Stanley A beloved official had to call for the bell. This match is over. And Braun Strowman, look at this man. Look at that face. With blood pouring down, that forehead gushing, if you will. This is what the dungeon has. This is the 10th man. The newest member of the dungeon, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, right now, that's all the time we have for now. Our road to the War of Champions will continue next week. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, this is Johnny Baba Ganoush speaking for Rick Rocker and all of management. We might be in trouble, folks. The dungeon looks like they are stronger than ever before. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you all next week.